I'm Shelley Naumann and I'm Secretary of Bundaberg Netball Association. The flood started coming across from Kendall's Flats on Boxing Day. It started to encroach on the netball courts, gradually coming across the grass and onto the bitumen. That was about lunchtime on the 27th. By mid-afternoon, we'd got the phone call to say that the netball buildings were completely under with water. The water then remained there for a few days, and it was actually on New Year's Day that we got the phone call to say that we might actually be able to get a little bit closer to the buildings. With the help of the SES, I was able to come down the street in their car, their four-wheel drive, and they dropped me outside the back of the building. Down I come to have a look at it, and it was just complete disaster. Couldn't open roller doors up. Over 100 volunteers throughout those 3 days come down, netball community, non-netball community, and helped out in any way they could. I think we were all a little bit shocked at what we saw and the devastation that had happened. So during the first flood, the wall up here, the water level was just beneath that, so approximately 2.8 metres of water went through this area we're standing at currently. 10 days later, we received some more heavy rain, and inland received some more rain, and again we flooded. This time it was only up to waist deep. The second clean-up, we actually had the local fire brigade come through, and they used their big hoses just to go over everything again to make sure that we've got rid of it all. We've basically had to rebuild from scratch, so it's been through the Woolworths flood appeal. They were able to help us get our lighting back on our courts. The Department of Sport and Rec have been fantastic, and we were able to receive a flood grant from them and also a minor facility grant, which was a huge assistance to us. We managed to have a 2011 season, which, you know, back after the floods didn't look like it was possible to happen. And that was the most important thing, to provide the kids of Bundy with still that opportunity to play netball for 2011. 2013, again, we lost the complete power to this whole building. Not as bad as the last year's lighting. We didn't have to rebuild it. We just had to rebuild the circuits. I'm probably going to call them the wrong thing, but the circuits, we had to rebuild the whole circuit. So one of our dads, who's an electrician, has been doing, you know, the behind the scenes stuff for us and getting it all done. We were approached a couple of weeks ago by state government offering us the opportunity to change locations and shift netball in Bundaberg. So we jumped at the opportunity to probably, I call it, to see no more mud ever again. So we're still in negotiations currently with the state government and the local council about a location for that. Anywhere up to 20 courts and a brand new clubhouse will be involved in our move. So it's exciting times. We'll be there from March 2014, touch wood, all going to plan. That's where we'll be. Insurance this time, which helped hugely. Like, the toilet block has been covered by insurance. This building's covered by insurance, so those little things have helped. Like, we'd be in disaster zone if otherwise. But yeah, you know, so the ability, I think, to source a good insurance company was really, you know, hats off to our treasurer from a couple of years ago. It was her mission to find us someone who would insure us for floods. We found a company and we've jumped on board.